Orchard Park. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson ready to get the preseason started. And off we go in Western New York. And that's a decent return out to the 29-yard line. And the offense will get play one of the game from right there. Greg, here comes the Panther offense led by Bryce Young. Big steps in year 3 for the now 4th-year quarterback out of Alabama, the former #1 overall pick.
When he was taken as the first overall pick in the draft a couple years ago, Mike, certainly was not because of his physical stature. It was because of his mind. It was because of his processing ability. It was because of all the intangibles that they believed they saw in his days coming out of Alabama. Now, he's gotten some experience under his belt from a rookie year that had its ups and downs. He has all the talent in the world. Now he's got to go out and just capture it and make it happen.
Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Leggett in motion. From the gun, it's Young. That one, take it in. That's Teteroa McMillan. And just a pickup of 3 or 4, but with the penalty a moment ago, it leaves them with a good down, 2nd and short.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And he's going to take this past the 45. And that's good enough for a first down.
47-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
QB will survey the defense on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Hubbard. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
At the 46-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. On play action, Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Leggett. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
17 yards.
17 yards that time for number 17.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy first down. Really well done.
Young hands it to Hubbard. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
The ball carrier.
Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
A gain of 18 on the
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Panthers ball carrier. DeAndre Alford on the tackle. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bills' 9-yard line.
Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. There's no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive. and some points. We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
For the field goal, a 26-yard attempt.
He'll bang that one through. It's good.
Makes the score
And the Panthers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Ty Johnson. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Bills offense heading out, led by their now 30-year-old quarterback, the MVP of the NFL a couple of seasons ago, Josh Allen.
Former MVP, Mike, just clearly one more box to check. It's hard to have a more accomplished NFL career than Josh Allen, but the conversation around the NFL and league circles continues to remain. When is Josh Allen going to take the Bills and get over the hump and find themselves in the Super Bowl? So a lot of hopes around the organization that this is the team, this is the roster they've built around him to accomplish just that.
Throwing right away is Allen. That's into the hands of Moore. Whoa! And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
First and 10 at the
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Trevin Wallace in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Panthers' 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 9. In motion, Shakir. They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Allen going to make the read and hold on here. And he's going to have a Bills first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Yeah, so I really like this zone read concept, Mike, especially as a change of pace. These defensive ends, they're closing hard. They're trying to prevent you from picking up the first down. And every once in a while, that quarterback pulls it and comes out the backside of the defense, and he gets just enough for the first down.
And despite his best efforts to get away, ultimately, he goes down behind the line.
28-yard line.
This ball carrier just didn't want to go down, and this defense, they had to throw everything they had at him, Mike. He just kept fighting and fighting, but finally when they were able to get him on the ground, they were able to do it for a loss.
So now they'll throw it with Allen. They'll get this out wide to Shakir.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
3rd and a long way to go. In motion, Shakir. Now Allen facing 3rd and long. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And that'll set up 4th down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds they've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
Pass's kick is good. And the Bills will tie the game at 3 apiece.
So here we are early in the game, and both teams are matching field goals, kind of feeling each other out. You know, is this going to be a high-scoring game, a low-scoring game? Once they get a feel, I wouldn't be surprised to see both offenses try to start opening things up.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. On the return, it's Chuba Hubbard. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Offense heading back out for the Panthers, and their coordinator is Brad Idzik. He is as intense and as focused as they come. All eyes on what's to come in this next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. His defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Another run here with Hubbard. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
At the 26. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Third and 9. Out of the shotgun, Young. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, they couldn't start the game with 2 straight scoring drives. Much better job by the defense after some struggles on the opening drive. Coming out, forcing a stop, and now let's see if their offense can go out and even this up.
The punter Martin out there as he kicks it away. The Bills offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. And Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday.
You know, we hear these stories all the time, Mike, where there's a little buzz about a guy in training camp and coming out of the local beat reporters and maybe the coaches talking about him a little bit. But then there's the surrounding question is he going to make the roster? And it's really what they do in these preseason games away from practice that ends up being the deciding factor. And how often do we see not only do they make the roster, but in some cases they go on to really have critical roles down the line as the season unfolds. So I know to a lot of fans and some of the veterans, these games don't feel like a whole lot, but to some guys on that sideline, their entire career is in front of them.
Well, save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
50-yard line.
Once again, it's Cook. Wow! Gets to the edge at the 30. He is tough to bring down. A big one there on the ground.
24 yards.
Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
At this point, Mike, it's clear this defense just doesn't have a lot of answers right now for this run game. A combination of the job being done up front by the offensive line and the big playability of this running back.
Here's a first carry for the man from Kentucky, Ray Davis. And boy, tough to bring down there, fighting forward for a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's Cook to the 5-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured Bill. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Ball right on the 5-yard line, 2nd down and goal. One more time with Cook. Looking for a seam, but will not find one. He'll take this down to the 4-yard line.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, they're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal. Tyler Bass on to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bills will take a 6-3 lead.
It's good to see Tyler Bass back out there. Didn't kick at all in 2025 after the hip injury back in training camp, but he's gone out, reclaimed his job, and he adds 3 for the Bills there.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. On the return is Achane. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Off the play fake. Here's Young. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Young. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he just about got there. Good yardage on the scramble, but he's going to wind up a yard short of the 1st down.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
On now the punt team, and this one's on its way. And a fair catch is taken and is just inside the 20-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. on the ground. It's Cook to start this drive. To the 45. Still going. And he's going to go all the way. An electrifying run. 80 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo.
And this is the conversation that surrounds the topic of running the ball in the NFL. Mike, if you're going to rely on scoring on 10, 11, 12-play drives and then fight it out in the red zone, there's a lot of pressure on that red zone offense. It's going to be very hard to accumulate a lot of points, but when you can be explosive and you can score from a ways out, that's the sign of the most impactful run game, and big-time play there.
Pass's kick is good. And the Bills move out in front, 13-3.
13. Panthers 3.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. On the return is Achane. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Panthers offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Young. That's caught. It's the tight end Sanders. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
A gain of 14.
Give him 14 on
First
that
down,
play. One play,
Carolina.
1 first down.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
His throw on first down is going to be incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait for that next ball to be thrown their way.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That one complete to Liget. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the gun here on third down, it's Young. He's got a man. That's McMillan. They get 16 on that connection. It's a Carolina first down.
And a Panther.
Nice grab there by last season's Offensive Rookie of the Year, Teteroa McMillan. He didn't take a lot of time to find his stride as the top target in Carolina. A nice relationship, a good connection with Bryce Young. Over 1,000 yards in his rookie campaign, and I still think he has a lot of room to grow.
Tommy Tremble, tight end, the man he was looking for there. It's second down.
Solid rep there for this corner, Mike. I mean, to stay disciplined with his technique throughout the entire play. So often we see when the ball's put in the air, the defender can panic, and they either get a pass interference or they misplay the ball. This time, he times it perfectly and forces the incompletion.
Check this down. That's Hubbard out of the backfield. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now Young. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And now it's fourth down.
All right, so in these third and short, third and mediums, we're kind of seeing teams around the league, Mike, kind of start shifting to more of a run-down philosophy where they say, okay, even if we don't pick it up, we still have fourth down. So many teams around the league are playing with that philosophy. In this case, they keep it in the air, falls incomplete, just brings up a challenging fourth down decision.
James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. They go play action now. Here's Allen. A short pass taken in by Knox. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 7. And they're not going to snap it. We have come to the end of the first quarter of play. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd down and 7. From the gun, Josh Allen. Pass caught by Shakir. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 16 yards.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Buffalo.
First and 10
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Taken down behind the line
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Here's a 2nd and 12. They'll go play action here with Allen. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Man in motion is Coleman. On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. Man. Whoa! And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
20-yard pickup there. Good for a Bills first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing now, Allen. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Here's 3rd and 7. The tight end Kincaid in motion. On 3rd down, it's Allen. toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On 4th down, here comes Mitch Wisnowski to punt for Buffalo, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The Panthers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hubbard. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
A gain of 14.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those 2 things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
That's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Now, faking the give. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough to stop. He comes up with the sack.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
2nd and long coming up. From the gun, it's Young. Back into the hands of Hubbard. Trying to at least get back to the line of scrimmage, but he doesn't do it. That's a loss of a yard, and leading to 3rd down.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
Leggett in motion. Throwing now on 3rd and long. That's to the left side. Hauled in by Leggett. He's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needed to get to. It'll bring up 4th down.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet in bounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
3rd time punt team has been summoned in this 1st half. Kicks away. Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this 1st half. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. On the handoff, this is Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
You know, those are the types of runs, Mike, that when you look back on last year, is a big reason that James Cook led the league in rushing. Has great patience, lets his blocks develop, and then it's really the burst through the initial hole, and when he gets out in space, he's gone.
Oh, a loose football. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score.
This was just a disaster from start to finish. I mean, he's retreating, he's trying to get away from the rush, but going backwards doesn't often make things better. He's hit, stripped, and defense does a nice job securing the ball and taking it back for a touchdown.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point.
The kick
is good.
Makes the score.
Panthers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Following the touchdown, it is Fitzgerald to send this one away. Johnson now to return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bills offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
James Cook.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 4. Allen quickly out to Moore. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Cook, and he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
In motion, Shakir. Allen goes with a pop pass. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. 10 yards for number 10 on that one, and it's 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll get forward for a couple.
The fullback up the
It's
middle.
second down.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, it's Allen. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Intended for
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
This will be 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Allen. There's a throw right side. Could be incomplete.
Intended for DJ
Ever so
Moore.
often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bills add on to their lead.
Panthers 10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. To return is Hubbard. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hubbard. And nothing doing here. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the
The
play.
best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, Young. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for the sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
On now is the punt team for the Panthers, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. Perhaps it didn't get all of it. Fair catch is taken right around midfield. The Bills offense ready for this next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. A run up the middle with Cook. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Let's save some of those for the regular season. That's a 1st down.
down.
The offensive line doing a great
First
job
and 10
opening
at
these
the
run lanes. They
38-yard
have been
line.
there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Throwing on second down. It's Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And the Bills.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down. In motion, Shakir. That is caught out wide on the RPO. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And they will get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. It is 2nd and 9. In motion, Shakir. Allen now on second down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Yeah, he's got a man. That's DJ Moore. And the Bills are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He is down at the 6.
And that's the reason the Bills traded for DJ Moore back during the offseason, so that he can make plays like this. You know, you think over the course of the Josh Allen era in Buffalo, you know, it's been a while since they've had a certified #1 receiver, but they definitely think DJ Moore can fill that void.
The Panthers will take their first timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
In motion, Shakir. Allen to throw again. He's got it at the 3. Now a timeout for Carolina. It's going to be their second. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
One more time going up top with Allen.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Interesting decision. A field goal makes it a 2-score game. They're going to keep the hammer down and go for it on. And this will pay off. It is caught. Dalton Kincaid. Touchdown, Buffalo.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The extra point by Bass is good. And the Bills add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Hubbard. Now a hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa! Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills are going to extend their lead.
Makes the score Bills 30, Panthers 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return is Achan. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Panthers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Here's Young. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing on second down, Young. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
I had a rule, Mike, when I was playing that if the ball hit either of my hands, it was a drop. You don't get paid in the NFL to make the easy ones. You get paid in the NFL to make them all, and I think that's a catch he's got to come down with.
Slot man gonna move in motion left. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. Check this down. That's Hubbard out of the backfield. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Panther first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points. We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw, Young. The pressure gonna cave in on him. He will go down. The Bills gonna use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Third and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they're going to play it safe with a run. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half.
Ryan
Very
Fitzgerald
one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Bills offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Off the play fake, it's Allen. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, Josh Allen. Now he'll run it, and he'll bring this near the first down marker. They're going to spot him, let's say, a yard short. So a 3rd and 1 forthcoming.
That's a gain of 6.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
On 3rd and 1, it's Allen. That one caught. It's Knox, the tight end. What a connection. He's down inside the 5-yard line.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open. Short throws turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Hooked. And he's going to go backwards. Taken down at the 6.
Down behind the line of
A
scrimmage.
loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal?
Second and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He pulls it in around the 5.
Pass complete to number 4, James Cook. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That one to the end zone, but incomplete.
Intended for DJ Moore.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Bills will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
That's just a really good drive here in the 2nd half, and you understand what the situation calls for. You have the lead, 2nd half, continue to control the clock, continue to convert and get fresh sets of downs, come away with points, and just try to continue to extend this lead.
Tyler Bass.
So after the made field goal, Bass is back out there to kick it away. On the return is Achane. Woo! And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Terrell Bernard, they're on the tackle.
Line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run here with Hubbard. And he'll get about 5 past the 30-yard line.
He's brought down at the 31.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
It's 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Young. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
Punt team out there for a 5th time, and this one's away.
Fair catch.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out, and we'll give you a look at some of the highlights. He's had a number of them over that magic mark, over 100 yards on the ground, including a rushing touchdown. He has been a handful for the defense right throughout. Man in motion is Coleman. Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
2nd and 6. at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 6. Allen going to keep it on the zone read. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
And that play just really looked doomed from the start, didn't it? It didn't look like the timing. It didn't look like he was confident in his read. And that time he pulls it, nowhere really to go, and take him down for a loss.
On 3rd down, it's Josh Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Buffalo.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Here's a handoff to Cook. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, here's Allen. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
And I think when you look back on the first half, this was an element of the defense that really was missing. There was a lot of open windows, a ton of green grass for the receivers to make uncontested catches. So nice change of pace here. Continue to force the issue and make these guys earn the catch.
Pressure all around him, and down he goes.
By Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown getting in there for the sack. It's got to feel great as he gets this preseason off on the right foot. The Bills bringing on their punting unit, and he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line.
1st and 10.
The Panthers offense and their back Chuba Hubbard set to come back on the field. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. It's a zone read given to Hubbard. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Young to throw. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
No gain on the
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. And that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
Now Young. He's got a man. That's McMillan. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. DeAndre Alford in on the stop.
Alford on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Hubbard. And they'll bring this to about the 34-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Terrell Bernard, they're
He's
on the
tackled
tackle.
at the 34-yard line.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Out of the shotgun, Young. Hit as he throws. That one will fall to the turf, and it's incomplete. The pressure too much to get away from that time. Good third down stop, and it sets up fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
Fair catch.
A fair catch signal, and they'll have it
the Bills
just outside their own 20. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. A carry for Cook. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
That's good for
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. They go play action now. Here's Allen. He's got a man downfield. It's Shakir. Wow, they are moving the ball to start this drive. 21 on that play.
First down.
Really nice throw downfield on that conversion. Brings up a new set of downs. And defensively, Mike, this feels like desperation mode. If you allow them to finish this drive with a touchdown, this game feels all but over.
And you'll manage to pick up about 4. Shaw Smith-Wade there on the stop.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Allen going to get it out quickly to Coleman. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Gain of 15 yards.
A pickup of 15 in the air. Good for a Bills first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll be marked down at the 7. And it will set up 1st and goal.
Yards.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Here's Cook. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
So the ball's still at the 8-yard line for 2nd down and goal. One more time with Cook. And he will get into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown, Bills. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Makes the score Bills 40, Panthers 10. Tyler
Both teams
Bass
ready to
kick
go
off
once
for
more
Buffalo.
as the kick's away. On the return is Achan. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Panthers take over.
The Panthers offense about ready to take over once more. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
At the 31. 8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. We'll try to find something positive. This has been a rough one. A little bright spot there with the 1st down.
1st down, Panthers.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's right back to Hubbard. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped for no gain.
Quick throw, taken in. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
18.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
1st down, Carolina.
A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. Momentum building here. On this drive, they go again, 1st and 10. They're going to run right over center with Hubbard. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson on the tackle. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Bills' 21-yard line.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. From the 21, here's 2nd and 5. Tremble comes in motion. A run, and it's Burks as we begin the 4th quarter. And he'll look for somewhere to go, but the lanes are all closed up. He's going to wind up losing a yard.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
To throw is Young. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
The offense is out there, 4th and inches. They'll go. Young. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Result of the play is a
You find
turnover
yourself
on
down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Bills' offense getting set to get back to work. Greg, talk about a real boost for your running game that has powered them to this big lead.
And anytime you have one of these upper echelon running backs, a truly elite player at the position, it just makes such a difference in how you're able to run the ball. And what I mean by that is, even if in the beginning of the game the yards are tough to come by, you know as the game unfolds and get longer, just continue to get your guy more and more touches, and he's eventually going to break through. And even though today he's had his way with this defense, barring some sort of change, I think they got to continue to give him the ball as often as possible.
In motion, Shakir. They'll start on the ground with Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down. And he gets this one up to the 28-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards.
And this running game has
That's
really
good
been
for the
rolling, Mike,
Bills.
all game
First
long.
down.
The holes, the run lanes, they've
First
been there
and 10 at the
consistently.
28-yard line.
Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
The tight end Kincaid in motion. Once again, it's Cook. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the
Defensive
play.
coaches preach
Second
every
and
day,
10.
Mike, swarm to the
At
ball. Get as
28-yard
many
line.
hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Quick throw on the RPO, caught by Coleman out wide. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on
That's a
third
gain of
down.
8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Quick throw, and it's going to wind up incomplete. That is the run-pass option. Choose pass. Defender able to close it down and bring up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Returnable from the 17. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line.
31-yard line.
Play is stopped for a moment. It is an injured Carolina Panther on the field. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially that it's not too serious. Leggett in motion. They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
34-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Young. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Intended for number 18.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll have it 1st and 10. Tremble comes in motion. Young gonna give it to Brooks. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Young. Over the middle, he locates McMillan.
Young's pass.
And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Panthers.
On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Dorian Williams on the stop.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
They'll go play action with Young. The catch made by McMillan. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike, but listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. He's got his man. That's Leggett. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6.
It's a gain
Good
of
conversion
6.
on 3rd down.
First down, Carolina.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And he'll somehow manage to get rid of this. He took a shot, too. The pass falls incomplete.
You didn't even know you're facing a big deficit. I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Now Young. Here comes the screen to Brooks. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down mark.
6 yards on the play.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to have a Panthers first down. Referee signals that they will continue the drive, converting by a yard on 4th and 5.
First down, Panthers.
4th down. There's no throwing the ball away. There's no giving yourself up. If you're going to turn yourself into a runner, you got to go get it. And that's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to put his head down, put his body on the line, pick up the first down, and keep this drive alive.
And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
It's a gain of
In
9.
order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense. They're doing a really nice job of keeping this defense on their heels with this balanced attack. We've seen them be effective both run and pass, and right now the defense just doesn't seem to have an answer.
McMillan comes in motion. They'll run it with the Boston College bruiser, A.J. Dillon. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Oliver made the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Young. To the goal line and in.
Complete to
Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Panthers.
Carolina.
Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
The kick
It's
is
up
good.
and good.
Makes
And the
score
Panthers are
Bills
able to
40,
edge a bit
Panthers
closer.
17.
Down 3 scores, and it's late. They're going to need a few bounces to go their way. They'll start right here trying to get an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
James Cook and the rest of this Buffalo offense head back out. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Now they'll pitch it out here. Ooh. And he's finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets to the Panthers' 16-yard line. I'm going to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And once he got his head around, he realized he was in danger. I mean, luckily, he was able to get rid of that ball before it turned into a negative play.
Allen now on 2nd down. And he overshoots everyone. It's through the back of the end zone and incomplete.
It's not often you see a pass that's out of the reach of this guy. I mean, 50-50 balls tend to go his favor more often than not, but this one kind of gets away from him just a little bit and falls incomplete.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make. I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
So after the made
Bass
field goal,
to kick
Bass
off
is
for
back
Buffalo.
out there to kick it away. On the return is Achan. Uh-oh. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over.
Panthers take over.
The Panthers offense ready to
At their
come
own
back out
24-yard
for this
line.
next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Quick throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open, so the incompletion brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Here's Young. He finds the big tight end, Tremble. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. A 19-yard pickup there. It's a Carolina first down. Young. His tight end, Tremble, over the middle. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They go right back to him. This catch good for 11 and a first down. In motion comes the tight end, Evans. Here's a handoff to Brooks. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. 1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
Now Young. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start first and 10. Moore going in motion. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And this will not help the cause. He's going backwards.
He was
tackled
taken down
back at
behind
the
line
8.
of scrimmage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he can barely get out of the starting block. Stopped in the backfield for a second straight play. No help from those last two runs. It is 3rd and 13. They'll run the toss with Cook. And this one not going to get it done either. Stop behind the line once again. It's 4th down.
A loss of a yard.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Tough spot for a punter, but he gets this one out of here. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Panthers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. Leggett in motion. They'll run it here with Brooks. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Jonathan Brooks.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Throwing on 2nd down, Young. That one's hauled in left side by McMillan. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35.
A gain of 13
A pickup
yards.
there of 13. It's good for a Panther 1st down. Out of the shotgun, Young. That's caught A.J. Dillon.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Throwing is Young. And they'll whistle him down, but not before it picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Carolina.
So it's a win here for the Bills as they start things out with a victory here in the 1st week of this preseason. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.